It's another beautiful day on Wednesday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Mariah Afolabi Brown. Always, I have my co-hosts here. Hi, ladies.
Hi,
happy birthday!
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear YK. Happy birthday to you.
Okay,
So you want to tell your age? You want to tell them your age?
56 today.
Woo! 56!
Thank you.
You're not a kid, man.
I'm not.
You got some gray hair.
4 more years, yeah. See all my gray hair.
Only your gray hair gives you your age away. You actually
Even the
look
gray hair
36.
makes her look 40. Because there's some 40s that have gray hair. Wow, you look beautiful, YK.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank
For a
you.
56-year-old woman, trust me, you look amazing.
Thank you. 4 more years.
Let's
To
work.
60.
To 60.
I was saying
Diane
grammar,
Wacko.
but not that you should be grammar.
We wear Ashwebi.
By the grace of God, though.
You be a
Please
grandma.
let me put it in prayer.
You no matter wearing heels, kind of heels like heels. Okay, you don't have back pain yet.
No. But I have leg pain.
All right. How you doing, though?
The acting president is your senior brother. Just 4 years.
Imagine that.
What's happening today?
Yes,
Anything? What are you
I'm
doing?
not doing anything. I was actually supposed to take you ladies out to
To lunch.
to lunch. I don't know if you ladies are going to be want to come, but if you do,
Will there be lots of drinks?
no, we'll order from the restaurant.
Thanks for the wine, though.
Thank you.
Give us some
Welcome.
liquor.
Yeah.
I even actually ordered a cake, but the cake didn't come, so I sent her a text. Please don't bring the cake again.
But why did you order us to booze? So she sent us on booze. I would send it to you. ladies.
You see, the world is always a happier place. Did you see that video I sent you of that church where it's beer they drink? Did you see how they were all dancing in the church?
It's fake video.
It's not a big video.
Jumoke, how you doing?
I'm doing very well. There are a few people
That's
who
the kind of video you bet trending around. You couldn't send the one with the other one. It is the one that thought that they're drinking beer. That's the kind of video you'll be sending. Why keep on sitting down?
That's how addicted to Your View I was yesterday when, because I missed morning and night, I had to watch at midnight on YouTube. Thanks to Mr. Favor who sent me dinner. I watched Your View at midnight with dinner. I wanted to talk about NCC. This is my network that I was talking about, the way I flung their SIM. And I spoke with them and they said that data has become more expensive because NCC said that they should increase their prices, that Nigerians have too much data. Mariah, I don't want to believe that, because the core job of NCC is to protect the consumer. When the agency set up to protect the consumer is the one asking for prices to be increased, that we have too much data, that's why we talk too much on Instagram. Then there's
We
a
don't know
problem.
that for a fact yet. Because
No,
NCC
maybe
hasn't
it's
come out
Twitter
to
that
say
is annoying them. Because
We don't know that for a fact, YK. This is just somebody that told her. So let us not assume it's the fact, but let us assume hopefully
I'm saying
it's
I
the
did
fact.
not believe.
We don't believe. How you doing?
You brought some
I'm
coins. She
fine.
actually brought some
I'm
coins.
fine.
Don't mind her.
I've just been, I started my ab exercise with Jane and Mariah. I can't even stand straight. I don't know who said
You,
me.
it's when you disappear, you stop.
No, it's not disappearance. We are looking for
Don't
six pack.
worry. You know your head is not very big and your body is very small. So
You'll be all right.
I'm actually getting worried for you. Okay, I will put you in
I
prayers.
can't even sit straight. I say, who send me work? I want to have 6 pack. YK, I want to wear. I want you to take me to the Bahamas, where you went to last year. I be
I know
Jamaica.
it was
I
Jamaica.
know. As your skinny rich, you know if you wear bikini.
No, we want to do the 6 pack first
Okay,
before we
you'll
go
be
wear.
Hey, God.
Mariah, as we are running off, I wanted to say why I brought coins today. They're saying that our House of Assembly is asking that we change our lower denominations to coins. It's not that we don't have coins. There are coins. Nobody spends coins in Nigeria.
If you give
So
somebody, they
if
will
you
stone you.
change our 5 naira to a coin, pure water will become 20 naira. Don't further impoverish Nigerians, we beg you.
There's only one place where they spend coin. You know that supermarket that's the mall.
They are the ones who gave me this one.
They're the only people in Nigeria that I'm seeing that spend coins.
Okay, we have to run up. We have to run up. But I haven't heard that story, but I just hope it's not true.
Meanwhile, the beer is supposed to be for spiritual cleansing.
Let's take a break. When we come back, okay, you're still going to give your life to Christ. I will make sure.
It's given.
Let's take a break. When we come back, look at the front pages of the newspaper. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Welcome back. So we're going to start with the punch. Economy shrinks again. Man LCCI seek recovery in third quarter. Oshimbajo writes reps seeks $1.28 billion and 8 million euro loans. Picture here of academics commend Nigerian Imafidon awarded MBE. Well done. Nigeria condemns Manchester bombing. Death toll hits 23. Ifeanyi Uba's diversion of 11 billion naira PMS punishable by death, says DSS. Fake anti-graft supporters in government frustrating us, says EFCC. Adeleka's family tackles Lautech over late ex-governor's autopsy. Ogun probes lecturer and pregnant students row. And Uni Osun shot as Air Force men invade varsity, beat students and lecturers. Customs seized container with 440 rifles. And Senate condemns rising rape cases, demands stiffer penalties. Right, let's talk about this young girl, Imafidon. Imafidon actually entered at the age of 13. She entered Johns Hopkins University to study mathematics. Then she got an MBA, I think, at the age of 21 or something like that. And I think she started this company where they're helping to encourage young girls to study the sciences, to do the STEM lectures. Yes,
Maya, as happy I am for her, I imagine if she stayed back in Nigeria.
You'd have just wasted
so
that
Nigerians are talented, were skilled, were brilliant. If our educational system would just be improved upon.
Right.
You know, Mariah mentioned.
I'm happy that she's not even here.
Mariah mentioned that. Imagine what she would have done if she was a Nigerian. I was wondering, there's absolutely nothing.
No. I think we're even, because some people stay here, and you know, Nigerians, we excel in everything we do.
Yes.
Whether it is 419, whether it is medicine,
yes,
whether it is yahoo,
yes,
anything we do,
we excel.
We excel.
That's true. You know.
Yeah, but there are lots of people like scientists like her that they know. There's a guy that got straight A's, 4.0 GPA. Where is he today? If he was abroad somewhere else, they would have. They will
milk,
you know.
They will milk your
this girl,
content.
thank God she's there.
That's why when they finish qualifying,
right?
They go there. It's only the yahoo that stay here with us.
Okay, all right.
I wanted to follow up on the story about the
lecturer.
Yes, the lecturer Odun. I think that's her name. So the
Musmola,
so the College of Health Education in Ogun State is denying both of them. That the lecturer is actually an associate lecturer, he's not a staff, and that Musmola got pregnant when she wasn't a student, you know, but that they're investigating the allegations.
And besides, they are two adults, really. This doesn't really concern anybody. She's 28
adults.
years old, he's married with a child. It's their business. Why are they
you see, the real problem is the wife. What she's going to be telling him that, so you are expecting another baby.
I think maybe there's a part of blackmail, you know, that is trying to play.
She's only asking for 50,000 naira, which is normal.
He accused her of seducing
money,
seducing him, but she said that he was the one who coerced her to pass her exams.
Yeah, two adults. Let's move on to the nation.
But we need to discuss these things in university. There are a lot of young people in university.
Yeah, young people. We
I was approached by my lecturer in the university, and trust me, by the time he saw that I was not interested, sometimes the lecturers also look out for people that are interested in all these things. They try their luck, you understand? Yeah. It's not everyone that they put pressure on.
Right.
Yes.
Right, let's move on to the nation. 62.8 billion naira fraud. Ex-naval chief, others in trouble. Picture here of arms haul at Lagos Port. We'll take that in Sun. And presidency, Buhari has not failed Nigerians. World leaders condemn UK attack. So who read that story?
The one that the presidency. Okay, so there was a press conference yesterday with the presidential aides, Shehu Gaba, Femi Adesina,
and Laoli Akonde.
God will bless you. And they were answering
and
questions.
The health minister.
They were answering. I think the Minister of Transportation too was also there. So they were answering questions from journalists, and journalists were actually reviewing the tenure of the president in 2 years, that he hasn't done anything, and they're like, no, you cannot judge this
presidency
mandates by 2 years, because it's a 4-year mandate, so we haven't filled. Give us 4 years before you can you know, judge us. They were also answering questions about Zakzaki, why he hasn't been released. They said he's being held for public safety.
No, they say
they are holding Dasuki for his own safety.
No. It's El Zakzaki. They're holding, saying that for his own safety, not because of his offenses. And Dasuki is being held because there are other cases, crimes that are unfolding.
They haven't applied for bail for. So then the health minister now said that he defended Buhari's going abroad that because he has already had doctors who are treating him, and that's where his confidence is. So that's why he's going there. Meanwhile, when the president came back, he said he had never been sick before. So I'm wondering,
has never been that sick.
Why
he said he has never been that sick.
Not that he's never been sick before.
Okay, but he has doctors.
Okay, Vanguard. Michael, let's move on.
Move on, okay.
Okay, we just established the story. We cannot say our own comments. Let me say our own.
We have to run off, unfortunately.
Our comments, very important.
Another 440 rifles uncovered in Lagos. Nigeria gradually exiting recession, says presidency. Looted funds. FG seeks extradition of 311 powerful Nigerians. Really? I wish I read that story. And let's see. Manchester attack. Salman Abedi named as bomber by police. So you take the rifles
rifle, yeah. Yes. The customs people in Tinkan Island, I think, yesterday. The ammunitions came in this thing they call plastic of Paris, the POP. Plaster of Paris, the POP thingy. They laced them and they were able to uncover them. The only challenge I have is that we're supposed to have, what's it called, scanners that will scan a 40 feet or whatever container that comes into the country. I don't know if, because they didn't mention if they used the scanners or they just did a spontaneous check. Yes. So imagine if there was no tip-off. Do you understand? And we don't have those scanners in the port. How would they have detected this?
Yes, Jumoke.
The arms include 100 pieces of Black Tornado single-barrel rifles, 75 pieces of Silver Magnum single-barrel rifles, 50 pieces of Alta pump-action rifles, 215 pieces of Black single-barrel rifles, and 164 pieces of rifle nozzles. And imagine if that got into the country.
And there are speculations that this is gearing up for 2019 elections. And of course, because of all the drama happening about coup and all that.
So may I link it to the former story of 600 rifles seized plus 440, about 1,000. The people who are talking about coup, are we not? Doesn't it look like
there's a fight? There's a smoke.
What is even worrying is if they have got these ones, that means some must have escaped.
That's what we are saying.
To the system. So that's scary.
But I think what additional was trying to tell us also to connecting the story, saying that we shouldn't overstretch what Buratai was saying. Buratai was just saying he has warned his people not to hobnob with politicians, but he has never suggested in any way that there's a coup plan. So everybody's going around talking about coup and he's wondering where did that come from. All he's just saying is that let his people not hobnob.
We've run out of time. I was to tell you that story that she said you wish that you read. The federal government, in trying to prevent Nigerians hiding abroad, are requesting for the repatriation of not less than 331 Nigerians who stole our money and are hiding abroad.
Okay, let's move very quickly to customs intercept 440 rifles in Lagos. We talked about that. Boko Haram still potent, says Obasanjo. Jubilation in Enugu as Ugwuanyi commissions project. Buhari will win second term, says presidency. Adeleke, family faults pathologist on autopsy results. 2019, Sule Lamido declares for president. Wike's second term assure, says Mark. And Anambra, Obiano's health insurance bill passed into law. Should we move on quickly?
Yes.
This day, Emir Fele Dikpeolu insists Nigeria on recovery path as economy contracts by 0.5% in Q1. And customs intercepts another container of load of firearms. Lagos talked about that. Oshimbajo's 6th National Assembly's approval for additional $1.28 billion external borrowing. Whoa. That's scary.
Yeah, well, to rejig the economy.
And this is the one that we're saying.
Yes.
Health minister, why Buhari could not be treated in Nigeria.
Yes, because his doctors are already abroad.
All right. That's all we can take on the front page.
Him cannot afford those doctors.
When we return, the Kano Assembly suspends probe of Kano Emirate. And later on Let's Talk, we discuss mismanagement of the funds at the IDP camp. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So the Kano State House of Assembly has called off the investigation into the allegations of misappropriation of funds and other infractions against the Kano Emirate Council. According to the reports, the Assembly called off the investigation after receiving a letter from the State Governor, Abdullahi Ganduje. The letter, which was read by the Speaker, Al-Hassan Ruhum, the Governor urged the Assembly to suspend its investigation following pleas by past leaders, traditional rulers, various statesmen across the Federation for the matter to be dropped. However, the chairman, Kano State Public Complaints and Anti-Corruption Commission, Mr. Muhuyi Bagaji, said they had a watertight case that achieved about 80% success into the investigation. Now, what are your thoughts on this whole issue? You can call us on 070-8066-8014. You can also tweet to us at CVC Connect. Please hashtag your VTVC to read your tweets. Well, would you like to start?
Don't worry, she's ready.
Okay, he's ready. Okay, let me let you go.
Early in the year, Emir Sanusi spoke against the governor of Kano, Mr. Ganduje's planned light rail project, saying that it was a misplaced priority. You remember, he also spoke against the governor of Zamfara State, yes, Abdulaziz Yari, for blaming fornication by Nigerians for the recent outbreak of meningitis in the country. Mr. Sanusi has also been talking against northern elders that rather than build mosques, let's build schools and educate our girls. So early this year, we heard that there was a meeting of 5 northern governors in China saying that this Emir has been talking too much. Before we knew it, before we knew it, the Kano State Public Complaints and Anti-Corruption Commission started an investigation into the spendings of the Kano Emirate, saying that an anonymous,
which they have never done before,
said somebody came to complain, an anonymous complaint that the Emirates within 3 years had spent 6 billion naira. The Emirates responded immediately and said, no, we have only spent 4.1, and they gave
3.1, actually 4.314. Yeah, go ahead.
And so the Kano State House of Assembly now started a probe. Guess what? Because they started their probe, the Kano State Public Complaints and Anti-Corruption Commission suspended their own, that they did not want to have 2 probes at the same time. Now, recently, Kano State Governor now called the Kano State House of Assembly to suspend their own probe also, that Sanusi had come to him to apologize.
I didn't read that part, but you keep saying that, but I didn't read that part of Sanusi coming to him, because I don't remember Sanusi saying
I read it.
But I do know that all the leaders tried to get him to change, to appeal to the House to drop the case. Now, the finance manager, I think his name was Bashir Wali of the Emirates, came out to give us a breakdown of saying that when Ado Bayero was around, I think when he left when he passed on in February, at that time they had about 2.8 billion in fixed deposits, of which they spent about 981 million for some other things, but was they left 1.8 billion because when the Emir Sanusi came in June, what was in the account is 1.8 billion. So that's what he had. Now you have a breakdown of the expenses.
Yes, I did.
Yes, go ahead.
So they said the 900 million was withdrawn and used during the late Emir of Kano's Emir's before they. So 152 million was paid to Dabo Gate for furniture. Yes. I'm going to just pick up the highlights. 15. I have to count all the zeros. 15 million for travel expenses made in respect of construction and renovation of Fandansi wing of the palace. 12.5 billion. Emir raised a voucher of 6.9 billion and 5.5 billion for air tickets for the Emir's entourage. So
those are allegations, though. I'm talking about
no. This is a breakdown from the Emirates.
Okay, right.
Then payments of 9 million. Cancelled chartered an air flight twice. Once in September 2014, another in January 2015. And then payments of 142.8 million for 2 bulletproof vehicles for the Emir. Payments of 154.8 million for purchase of vehicles. Because some vehicles were destroyed in the Emirates by Boko Haram.
And 108 for
they had to give the vehicles to
Ado Bayero's family.
The Ado Bayero's family.
That was before.
No. What happened was that they gave the family the cars.
And the
so
furniture.
to replace, that's where that money came from. Yes.
Then they were saying that the allegations that the Emir bought 2 Rolls Royce, that those were given to him by his friends.
All right, so
those were gifts.
37 million to Airtel.
Okay.
That's was paid. Emir had been identified with only 1 local mobile phone.
Okay, so those are the facts now. But the issue is that, yes, the facts are there. They are spending. There are quite a bit of expenses there. I also read that he increased the salaries from 9.9 million monthly to 36 million monthly, and they paid about 108 million to the families of the late Bayero. Now, the point, the conversation now,
project.
The conversation now is, even though there are allegations of these expenses, does that negate what the Emir is trying to advocate for? The girl-child education, building of more schools. I mean, are they not 2 separate different things? Or is it okay to agree with these 5 governors who made allegations saying that, okay, he was wrong to do A, B, C, D? Does that justify the fact that they're trying to probe him?
It doesn't justify. And honestly, the angle I wanted to even come with this discussion is the fact that we have never heard any of our traditional leaders stand up, especially in the north, the way Emir Sanusi has stood up for the people.
Yeah.
The whole idea is that we're not supposed to be friends. We are supposed to make sure that the people, the people that we are governing, they are well governed. And that is what all the issues that he raised are geared towards, that everything that I am talking about is for the people, for the growth of our people. We had an Oba when Lucky Benedion was a governor in Benin. Nobody said anything. So the only concern I have...
Let me take this call very quickly.
Okay.
Yakub, are you there? He's been holding for a while. Yakub, are you still there?
I'm there.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good morning to you all.
Morning.
Morayo, I was so disappointed that all these House of Assembly that dropped that charge. You know why? If Emir Sanusi knew that all what has been said is true, why can't you send the charges? Because you are talking that all these governors, they are not doing well, they are not doing this, they are not doing that. Now they raise the allegation. Jumto, can you tell me how much is telling Nigeria that they raised in respect of the burial of the former Emir? I have never seen in this world, Islamic burial is what so cheap. You are just don't go put in the burial, everybody will go home. How much is raising for such a manner? See, he has to face the charges. If it is so clean, that is what I'm looking for. Not that dropping the charges.
Okay.
Charges of what?
Okay, thank you very much for your view.
I didn't really hear what he said.
Trying to say,
what did he say?
He should face the charges.
That was what.
If he's innocent,
that was where I was even going with the conversation, because I mentioned yesterday that the person of Sanusi, we have come to accept him like a hero, like a messiah, especially when he was the CBN governor. Yes. When he came up with the fact that $20 billion was missing in our account, everybody took him on, and when the new government now came on board and we found out that what his allegations were correct, we took him like our messiah, that finally somebody in that kind of position can stand up to talk. So the worry I have is that because of his person, because we have come to love him, that he stands for the truth and he stands for the people. I would have even said that, even if the people are clamoring that let us drop this probe and all that, he by himself should say no. If truly, you understand, there is clarity and there is what's it called, transparency in whatever he is doing. Exactly. He should have even offered.
Are we joining issues again? Because remember Apostle Solomon, YK, just give me a few seconds. We knew the things he did to try to push and the allegation that was made against him concerning the Stephanie girl, and the fact that he was the one that was standing up against the government for the southern Kaduna bombings. So we did not join the issues. He did this. So in this situation, are we also joining these issues?
I don't think so, because you see, like Uwa said, he's somebody that people have respected. I don't look at him as a messiah, but he's someone that we respect and we look at like, this guy will speak the truth. Right. But now we are now hearing that you are going to beg who? There's no need for begging. Yeah. This is me. I stand. Yes, I spent it, and I spent on this. Yeah. When they say you are begging, and we have not heard him come out to say I didn't beg. Yeah. We lose respect for him. Yeah. And then this goes to say, this is the problem I have with our leaders. Our leaders, they don't they don't walk the walk.
They just talk the talk.
Yes.
That's okay. Let me take Olawale now. Come to Jumake. Olawale, are you there?
I'm here. Good morning.
Morning. Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Good morning, everybody in the house.
Morning.
What happened is that we are talking about Sanusi. Those who in glass house should not close to. These people are the same relatives that have put us in the kind of situation we are in now.
Right.
Let them prove themselves. Somebody says spent 4.1 billion in 3 years. Did he construct beach? What did he use that money for?
900 million for burial rights.
Good morning.
Sister. And the
Thank you very much,
Muslim
Olawale.
wedding,
Sorry,
I wanted to quickly say that the Muslim burial is so easy.
No,
just
that's
wrap
what-
in a mat and...
That's what Yakubu was saying, that it's so cheap. How come they spend that much? 3 things for me. First, is it because governors had an issue with Emir that they went to go and probe him? Should we be probing all the Obership? We have a dilemma that we have a National Assembly and executive that is so bloated, we're buying bulletproof for president, but we still have our traditional rulership where all our Obas, go and check the Oni, go and check the Oba of Benin, check the Oba of Lagos. How much are they spending in their kinship? Secondly, Sanusi's spendings in the Emirate does not represent the people that he's leading.
Thank
so
you.
as much as he's spending, and he was a millionaire or billionaire before he came into, and he's speaking for girl child, 100 million will build how, 900 million for burial rights would have built how many schools?
No, you see?
Lastly, is the Kano State House of Assembly just a rubber stamp to the extent that the commission suspended their own probe because they were probing?
Right.
The governor calls them and they said, we're not going to stop. So who is really leading who?
I want to ask a question.
Juwake, that's I felt that. You're right.
Even for the, what's it called? Ideally, what the government does is that they give every royalty their allocations, monthly allocations.
Right.
So are they subjected to what's it called? Showing them how this money is being spent.
Audit.
Yes, are they subjected to audit? If that is the question, then every royal, what's it called?
Aside from the
across
royal,
Nigeria,
all the governors that went to China should be probed.
They should be
need to also
probed.
know their own accounts too.
Not only that, what me I can't understand is the EFCC, I mean the commissioner said, the commission said they had a watertight case against him.
80%.
Now, how can you say you have a watertight case against somebody? Then you
And
now
you
say
suspend
I'm
him.
dropping.
Because so
Who?
We have to run.
I'm dropping. You are dropping what?
Omodafe says, you criticize this government, you go for it. We are now living in a jungle. Ayuba says, with that, Emir should at least control his voice. He's not a politician, but a traditional ruler. Amuletola says, the Emir spending spree is antithetical to common and grossly improvident.
Okay, so was
Because-
the Kano State Anti-Graft Agency that, not the FCC?
Yes, and the other thing is, this is someone who has been talking against this don't build this mosque, don't do this, and this is the kind of money
You are
he's spending.
Right. Okay, so
No.
152 million
For furniture.
We have to round up, ladies.
What of the furniture? You want 52 million for furniture?
That's all we can take on this segment. So I guess Emir Sanusi has a lot of questions to answer because
Yes,
we, the
sir.
citizens, have these questions. Not even the
Or he should just stop talking. And face.
You should
That's
not
all
answer
we
this
can
one
say.
first.
When we
But
come
if he
back,
likes, he should stop talking.
we
so that we
discuss
don't be asking him
mismanaging-
question.
mismanaging the funds of IDPs. That's on Let's Talk. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So there has been reports of mismanaging of the funds, a diversion of life-saving materials donated by the federal and foreign governments to the IDP camps. The mismanagement has led to poverty, hunger, diseases, and deaths in the internally displaced persons facilities across the zone. To enlighten us more on this topic is the National Coordinator Democracy Vanguard Comrade Adiola Shueton. Welcome to the show, sir.
Good morning, how are you?
You can call us on 070-806-68014. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. I know when we talked about the Sanusi story, you were interested in saying one or two things. Let me hear your views on Sanusi.
I think it's just a reflection of the ruling elite in Nigeria. What Sanusi just did was to have broken the protocol, table etiquette. if you are eating, don't talk.
Ewo.
If you are eating, don't talk. If you want to eat, there are 3 levels
Please
of
tell
it.
us.
If you are eating,
If you had eaten,
don't talk.
don't talk.
If you are eating,
If you are eating,
don't talk. If you want to eat,
Don't
don't
talk.
talk.
Don't support.
So he broke the protocol. That's why.
That's a nice one.
Why he was eating?
Excuse me, sir.
So-
Just give me 5 over
So
there. If you
you
have
are
eaten before,
eating, don't talk.
If you are eating now,
don't talk. If you want to
if you
eat,
want to eat in future,
don't talk. That is the elite protocol.
thanks for that.
I'm not going to be talking again.
We want to eat.
All right. Okay, so concerning the IDP camps.
Yeah, because somebody is sending a tweet on Modafe. He says IDP now a conduit pipe for corruption.
Exactly.
It's high time that the camp is disbanded. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
No,
Okay.
because the IDPs are victims, not of their own makings, of war, of conflict, violence, dislocation. So you must resolve their situation before they can be resettled. All we need to do is to look at why, what are the problems, and why do we live, so hard. Because when you look at almost about 2 million people, that's over a
That's a
population
lot,
of
so
Namibia. Namibia is
2.5.
just about, yes, Namibia is just about 1.6 million people. So what we need to do now is to integrate the IDPs themselves into the management. If that is not done, we are making a lot of
How do you
mistakes.
do that?
Good. You see, let's take for instance now, the IDPs at different level of sectors must be involved in health budgeting, in education budgeting. Every committees, all collaborative committees,
Right.
you must have IDPs elected by themselves.
Right.
Because it's not about, they are not refugees. They are within the borders. So all the constitutional rights, they still have them.
Right.
So we don't pretend that these are people that don't have anything. No.
Right.
If I'm in the camp, will somebody just be deciding for me?
Right.
That style should be adopted. If not, forget, because corruption is there, and people are going to exploit it. Forget it. Even people go to hospitals. Armed robber goes to hospitals to rob patients.
You know, I was just going to say, because this, the SGF, he had allegedly collected this amount, his company, for
The grass
clearing grass. But when my brother went to Maiduguri and Adamawa, there is no grass there. So I'm wondering which grass.
That's a different issue.
Which grass they want to go and cut when there is no grass.
You see,
That's one. Then 2, he noticed that all they need and for each borehole they said is 2 million. They don't have boreholes. They don't have pipe bomb water. All they want to survive, they need water. Nobody is building boreholes for them.
well, it's a question of the structure of our economy and politics. Many of those who are hell-bent in stealing have political agenda. And the political process is so monetized that you can never become anything without becoming billionaires. So every project is a project to steal. I think you get it.
That's NMP,
So
GSD, that was just talking money.
That's why you find
No,
grass.
it has to.
That's why you cut.
That's
grass
why
where there's only
we
sand.
insist that you don't need to over-centralize political parties.
Structuring.
Yes, I'm a member of Socialist Party of Nigeria now. For the past 3 years, we've been trying to register. We have satisfied all conditions. They refuse. Why? Because it's the party of the masses. Invariably, we may not be interested in capturing Abuja. We may be interested in just a local government. But today, there is no party that can win election in Nigeria today if it's not party of the big thieves.
There's not well funded.
We will break the youth, will break that.
Well, I hope so.
Sir, it broke my heart when, after a visit to the IDP camps in Maiduguri, Borno State, the United Nations Special Rapporteur on the Human Rights of Internally Displaced Persons, Professor Bayani Chaloka, said, and I quote, "Food is scarce and many survive on one basic meal per day, while medical care is insufficient. Civilians also require urgent protection, psychosocial support, and counseling. Camps should offer protection, yet I am alarmed to learn that many are in fact exploiting and abusing the most vulnerable. Reports indicate that women and girls face demands for sex to access food, or they leave the camps. Early pregnancy and marriage are commonplace, while many do not report abuse due to stigmatization, cultural factors, and the knowledge that perpetrators can abuse with impunity.
Okay,
I wanted to hinge on impunity.
Okay,
If there were punitive measures,
yes,
because there's no system where you won't have people who want to violate.
Right.
Why don't we have punitive measures? Why is the government closed
now
to the violations in our IDP camps?
The parts of punitive measure, I agree. But I'm also, from what you just read, I'm looking at also the part of the citizens, the responsibility, because also in connection with what I said earlier, I know of a team of people who went to this place and they realized that only the NGOs are actually struggling to help out. We don't see actually Nigerians. We have all these philanthropists going in there.
True.
A lot of NGOs actually do their bit, but we don't see a lot of people actually.
It's not 100% true, because Norma went with some clique of people to the IDP camp in Abuja, and the man was actually going there to celebrate their birthdays. His birthday, and they took a lot of items there.
Abuja.
The problem, thank you. No, hold on. The problem is still an IDP camp.
They are in Borno.
No, guess what? They did not have clean toilets. In short, she was disgusted by what she saw. In the
Abuja is like that too.
Punitive
no,
measure.
Abuja is like that.
For the ones that we saw, for instance, we saw them, officials were there rebagging rice that was brought to the IDP camp. And they were security officials there. So the impunitive measure Jumoke is talking about is actually very, apt. If we see that the people that are supposed to provide the things, people bring things, so they donate things into those camps.
And
but
they're siphoned.
Officials that are there,
you see,
siphon them.
You see, that's why they say, sorry, the corruption is inside our body.
It's in it.
You see, forget about government. Let's forget about government for now. Human being, the citizens. Let me tell you, go to motherless babies home. Let's forget about IDP. Go to motherless. Those
staff.
The staff, they are the ones that are chopping the money for
children.
The children. And my daughter wanted to take food.
Yani, the same person, if she is in London or US, will it behave the same way?
No. Never.
So what is the
system problem?
Never.
It is not a cultural thing. It's systemic.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody feels unsafe. You want to save for the rainy day. Education is not free.
Crux of the matter.
Because of privatization, the government has no business with anybody. Everybody now takes children to private school. You have your borehole. I always joke to people that I am a local government. I do last year at a local government.
Yes.
Though has not been listed.
No, me too.
You are developing. Maybe you are development. LCDA. I'm a local government because I do a lot of things as a man. So the only aspect that I relate with Nigerian government is the road. Maybe when I move on the road and what I do.
And when you pay them your taxes.
Something like that. So invariably, what is happening at IDP camp is a reflection of the nation.
Yes.
In fact, all of us are almost IDPs. Exactly. Kano, we are talking of the Emir. I've been to Kano on many occasions. Kano has almost 70% of the population, Talakawa, who are IDPs. It's only we are talking of Boko Haram IDPs because they are former. Come to Lagos, people are under the bridge. Go to Abeokuta, go to Ibadan. IDPs everywhere.
Everywhere.
So what we are having there is just a reflection on how the government so it's so bad.
I know how many people come and live in Shrine. Because they don't have houses, they don't have anywhere to go. They just come from nowhere, and they just come and they're living, and you look, who are all these people? And you can't chase them away because they don't have nowhere to go.
Where do they go? I mean, where would they go?
To the extent that the people in our IDP camps, they look worse
than Boko Haram Chibok girls that returned after 3 years in detention.
Okay, let's take a break because I think you hit a really important chord when you said that people are actually saving all the corruption. Really, if you think about it, all the millions of dollars they are keeping in your room is because you're saving for the future.
I think that's
and we need to come back and talk about. I need to also harp on that a little bit. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll continue this conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. So I was saying earlier that in a situation whereby we're all greedy, we're all trying to save money for ourselves, and the corruption is inside, or someone as Waike had said, what do we do to ensure that the IDPs are probably not just fed, but taken care of and then reconciled back into community? What do you think we can do? I know you said so very, very good that we should involve them in the management of the resources, which is key. What else can we do to assist in this IDP situation?
Well, it's good that the media is focusing almost every day on the IDP problems, and they should continue. And of course, those who are defaulted in their responsibility
must be punished.
Should face the music.
That's all.
Because it's worse than a crime that you commit against another person. Do you know the essence of the assault on their psychology? You lose your house, you lose your friend, you lose your culture, and you're there. They're supposed to be enjoying more than where they were before in order to compensate.
They're not paying for food.
So, all right, let me take Chukwudi and I come to Ua. Chukwudi, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead, please.
Good morning.
Morning.
You see, the problem with Nigeria is that corruption is embedded in us. Look at your family. If you have a housemate, send him to buy something. You want to cut something out of it.
Yes, no.
That's the house boy. Something all over. So corruption is an accepted norm in Nigeria. But how can we stop that? By the government waking up to its duties. Buhari is very sincere. He wants to fight corruption. Maybe a few people more, including those men I see in that anti-corruption committee, Isaiah and others, and very few in his cabinet. Maybe one or two in his cabinet.
All right.
Apart from every other person in this country is corrupt. So when that is the case, what do we do? The people in the House of Assembly do not want this fight against corruption to continue. They want it back. That is why they are doing all their ideas. But if Nigerians can come out now and go and take over that place, that's the only way this can be done.
All right. Thank you very much, Chukwudi. That's a good point.
The question I actually have in mind is, where is the place of conscience and humanity in us? You know why? Because this thing, I just have a feeling that every time something is meant for the public, people just feel like, I beg, not be them. We don't look at it that this is like my child. So if I can give my child this horrible food to eat, then this person deserves to eat this kind of food. I don't know if you understand. It's the same thing we have housemates. We believe that they are supposed to be treated less of human beings because they are not our children. And this thing has grown.
What is mosquito net?
Yes.
I knew it was free. Because I paid for it. I didn't know that the government hospital just gives you for free.
Because
that is a lot
of people in government, what's it called, that they are supposed to take care of children, even in hospitals. You just have this.
So let him answer that question. Where does conscience
there's no humanity anymore.
Well, conscience is too abstract to rely on.
We can't see conscience.
So that our governance, because there is bourgeois conscience, there's also the masses conscience. To a capitalist, his conscience is to make profit.
Yes.
He wants to produce not for consumption. That's why you see even factory workers are working in a place where their salary cannot even consume what they are producing. So, to him, that is, conscience. So government will only have conscience of neoliberalism. Government feels that everything should be privatized, should be commercialized, should be deregulated. And all this thing goes down to defining what conscience. So that conscience defines every other conscience. Because you now look at it, okay, If government is saying that this, then let me also...
Goes back to leadership.
Yes.
Goes back to leadership. Let me take this call very quickly. Marvelous, are you there?
Hello, good morning, Mohayo.
Morning.
We have no leaders.
And good morning to your guest. Mohayo, I feel that only the problem of IDP camp, it is something that we need to talk about almost every day. There was a particular reporter that went to the IDP.
Oh, sorry. Yes, Jumoke.
So my question is, what's the solution? Because I remember that Baba Chalawal was called twice, and he said that he did not show up because he went to court. He had a case in court to ask the court if he needed to answer the invitation of the National Assembly. And then people were saying, but Baba Sheh did not sign any checks. Why are we calling him? And they're saying that, Oga, only you cut grass of 270 million when there's no grass. You know, what's the solution to these innate corrupt practices?
Well, on a joking matter, I've stopped eating grass cutter as a protest until when the real grass cutter is caught and sent to jail. Because we are talking, honestly, because we are talking of impunity of highest level. Don't you know what Secretary of the Government means? And even before this, we get to this level, it's because of pressure. I only pity the president.
For 5 months, the president didn't say anything.
Because exactly. So you are fighting corruption on the basis of what? When the whole system entrenched, you can't be a governor in Nigeria today without spending less than 10 billion. So we had to go together. Even Father Christmas, I don't know if Father Christmas. If Father Christmas is making profit now. So not to talk of governor. Not now talk of, president. Even to be a local government chairman today is big money. And we now want things to come miraculously. It's not possible. So except we come together and say, look, let's have party of the working class.
Don't worry,
I'll tell you.
You know, and that's one of the things, because when they get up there, they lose touch with reality. Before they get there, we singing. When they reach there, they lose touch with reality.
They start flying private jets.
They start buying credits, phone credit of 100 million.
Told us that there's a demon now.
No, Dele Momodu was quoting the
Even came after Dele came on this couch and said that
government is the only demon. Government is the witch, government is the wizard.
Yes. May I read you?
Let's take some
let me first read this one before then you can continue. Say your guest killed it. If you hadn't eaten, if you had eaten, don't talk.
Omodafe says, God will not change our situation until we change it ourselves. Let's begin to change that attitude that's bad in us. John Jude says, if people get the kind of leader they deserve, the typical Nigerian is selfish and greedy, hence the leaders we have.
The same Omodafe says, Buhari fighting corruption with corrupt-minded people. Nigeria is in a big mess.
John Owoni says, mismanagement at IDP camps shows the magnitude of rot in our nation. Greed, selfishness, make quick money syndrome. Nagu says, hey, let's do that, replying to somebody else.
Says, most of our leaders don't have genuine ideology. They are selfish, driven, and self-serving.
We have to round up.
King Kennedy says, I hope your guest is not planning to eat. I love his first words, summarizing Nigeria's politics in 3 sentences.
But the thing is that I think we need to even bring it back on general social issues. I know we wanted you to talk about IDP, but we're going to talk to you maybe on corruption another time. We'd like to bring it back to the show.
Yeah, because
so I think we need to round up, but I think before we go, it's important that we state the lesson we've learned.
If you had eaten before,
don't talk. No, you said it. I said you don't talk. Yeah.
Okay. If you had eaten before,
don't talk.
If you are eating now, don't talk. If you want to eat in the future, don't talk.
Have a lovely day.
Everybody will be deaf and dumb.